All right, we're going to move on to a lottery ticket from executive producer Ice Cube and directed by, I guess, video director Eric White. Christy.
Bow Wow, living in the projects, just graduated from high school, works at Foot Locker. Life's kind of bleak. He goes to the bodega one day to buy his grandma, played by Loretta Devine, a lottery ticket. While he's there, he buys himself one. What do you know? He wins $370 million. His life might change. Take a look.
Hand over that ticket.
You got to take my ticket, dog. Straight up. Now you're probably wondering why a nice guy like me is getting knocked out by a thug like this. Well, there's a good reason. Actually, there's millions. See, I was just an ordinary guy.
Man, go say something to her. Get it.
Nikki, I was just wondering.
Can you throw this away?
You were supposed to get the number, not doo-doo.
Till I played those numbers.
Hell, don't play the lottery. The machine just broke.
What do you mean it broke?
I'm joking. No, I'm joking. Now I know your mama beat the black off both of us, so she know when you play them numbers.
Winning numbers 42, 33, 4, 32, 45, and 21.
Grandma,
You okay, boy?
we won the lottery. We won!
I gotta call somebody.
No, nobody can know about this, all right? I just need to go down there and turn the ticket in.
It's closed. Closed? For the 4th of July.
That's 3 whole days.
We're the only ones that know about the ticket. What can go wrong?
All right, there you go, lottery ticket. Bow Wow, formerly Little Bow Wow.
He's Lil no more. He's Big Bow Wow now.
I don't think so, man. He looks like he's about 5'5".
At some point, does he graduate to Master B?
I don't know who that is. The JR rubbing his head. So I thought he was actually fairly charming in this movie.
He's very likable.
Yeah, he's very
great
likable.
looking, has a nice presence about him.
Yeah, he's one of the better looking jockeys. Matt.
You know, there's a lot of good actors in this. Bow Wow's fine. Mike Epps, who's always great to watch. Ice Cube makes an appearance. You've got a fine cast. Keith David, who's always awesome, or at least is always great to see. This is the second movie in a week, or in 2 weeks, for who we also saw in The Expendables. And now I'm completely blanking on his name. So
Terry Crews.
Terry Crews. Yes,
Dolph
thank you.
Lundgren?
No, Terry
Terry
Crews.
Crews
Terry Crews shows up. And so you've got this great.
You pointed out in your AP
Thank
review.
you.
Yeah.
You've got this great cast, and you know what's supposed to be could be this really great comedy, and it's just staggeringly not that funny.
It's funny for a while, though.
It's got a couple of gags here and there. It's kind of amusing, but I never felt like it was really crossing the line into hilarity. It's amusing, and it's something worth kind of watching and sitting through. I've sat through worse movies.
That's true, you
but,
have.
Absolutely. But, you know, this should have been, I felt, a lot sharper.
Yeah, I like the beginning of it, that whole long sequence where Kevin, Bow Wow's character, is trying to get to work. He has a little Foot Locker uniform on.
Right.
His best friend, played by Brandon T. Jackson, who
pretty good.
gets
She's charming, too.
all the best lines.
Yeah.
He was Al Pacino in Tropic
Right.
Thunder. He's very funny. He's trying to get to work, and everyone's stopping him. Like, they want to gossip, like they want to just chat him up, like the crazy guy in the basement wants to give him money for beef jerky and a cherry Coke. Like, it's this whole kind of funny, loose, kind of shambling vibe to it. And there are some moments here and there. The Mike Epps scene in the church where he's trying to like get money for the new church, and moments here and there, and they get super sappy, like super sentimental and really heavy-handed, which bothered me.
I thought it was really sort of tonally inconsistent. Started sort of funny, and I thought the beginning actually was. I was a little discouraged and worried about how long it was going to be because we were like 25 minutes into it, and I was like, when do they get the lottery
Right,
ticket?
he hasn't even gone to the store yet.
Yeah, please go to the store and get the ticket. But that ended up, I think, being. I agree with you, being sort of the best part. It was the funniest part. It actually sort of had a story that you were interested in. It set up. You got a real understanding of what his life was like there, and then and it had some character. It wasn't like that life was not so cliched. It wasn't.
Like they were like ghetto stereotypes.
Right. No, there were interesting people around there. Charlie Murphy also, But I thought Mike Epps' scene was great. I thought sort of Mike that was really funny. And you mentioned just a moment as we were starting or running the clip there, T-Pain.
T-Pain's great. He's
selling
the guy who
lottery.
sells lottery tickets.
Yeah, T-Pain was great.
It's like his first movie, right?
Yeah,
He's
I
hilarious.
think it is.
But it went from that comedy, and then it got I thought sort of painfully and awkwardly dramatic, and then it would have these flashes of violence and these chase scenes, and it seemed inconsistent, which I don't mind if it's done well. You could change direction, but I don't think it was done all that well. Although I thought it was fairly harmless.
Well, and one of the things that bothered me about this movie, and I will probably, and this is probably a huge mistake, talk about this a little bit politically, whereas the barbershop movies, which are great, which I think are funny and good movies, have a decent message about, somebody standing up for themselves, and there's some important messages there about, black business ownership. And this one starts to kind of mention some messages that it then completely abandons. This Bow Wow's character is, as opposed to everybody else seemingly in his neighborhood, is trying to go off to work. He's trying to work and be responsible. And, at one point, as everyone's flipping out about the lottery, he makes this point about saying, no, I don't play the lottery. You know how I feel.
It keeps black people poor.
Black people poor. Yeah. And then he wins the lottery. So, it's almost like this, maybe I'm taking this way too seriously.
Well, I thought it was a very human decision to play it. Yeah, all right, I think it does, but all right, $370 million, I'll spend $1. I get it. I'm being a hypocrite, but a human hypocrite.
Yeah, I guess. I just don't feel like that's, then why even have that line in the movie?
Because then he realizes that he has to give back.
Yeah, I guess so.
I guess. And there's your message.
And get a chopper.
The more you know.
Right.
But I thought it was paced okay, and except for again, inconsistent. But it was better than I thought it was going to be.
Me too.
I'll say that. And there were moments where I laughed. Matt, we'll start again with you.
I'll start, and I'm not really that excited about it. I give it a 4.5.
So not quite as good as the Switch.
Honestly,
Wow.
I was a little. I guess my expectations for this one were a little bit higher, and was part of the problem. Is that this one, the Switch manages to rise above what is a god-awful premise and manages, in my opinion, to actually be watchable.
See,
whereas this one, I felt like, has a good premise, and this could be really funny, and just completely blows it.
I feel like the Switch drains a not bad premise. But, I don't think it rises. I don't think that premise was ridiculous. I think it failed to meet an okay premise. Christy?
5, because it's better than I thought it was going to be. It has enough individual little performances and moments and nuggets that I didn't hate it.
Better than I thought it was going to be. Enough individual nuggets and performances that it was better than I thought it was going to be. I couldn't possibly agree with you more.
That's my blurb too in the ads.
I also that's right. Yeah. I also yours is going to be for the Switch is going to be I liked it a little better than lottery ticket.
Yeah, exactly.
I also gave it a 5. It couldn't be. If you want to see this, movie, go ahead. If you don't. Couldn't recommend it, but I don't really not recommend it.
But hey, it's hot this weekend, and the theaters are air conditioned.
Yeah, so there you go. A couple of 5s and one 4.5. It's going to put the overall rating for Lottery Ticket just under average at 4.8.